Welcome to this week's episode of the 12 Squared podcast. Today's guest is CEO of Basenode, Oliver Schantin. I talked to him about how Basenode's new software solves problems for freelancers and which new product features it offers. Welcome to this week's episode of the 12 Squared podcast. My name is Felix Hosse, and today I have a special guest. Oliver Schantin is CEO of Basenode, and I want to talk to him about product features that have been implemented in the Basenode software and what has been going on for the last couple of months. So I'm very glad that he's here. Oli, welcome to the show.
Hi, Felix. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, since it's your first appearance on this podcast, usually I'd love to cover what was your way into crypto? How did you fall down this rabbit hole?
Yeah, so my way into crypto, I first heard about Bitcoin back in 2013, 2014, but I didn't buy it back then because someone told me that everything goes back to its intrinsic value and the value of Bitcoin is zero and so on, or this whole narrative. And then I was like, yeah, this sounds pretty scammy, so I'm not going to invest any money in it. And then a couple of years later, 2017, I heard of Bitcoin again. And this time the price had a lot more zeros than before. So I was like, okay, something like it didn't die in this time. So there must be something about it. And then I started reading and spent hundreds and hundreds of hours learning about the blockchain, how it works. And that's how I fell in the rabbit hole. Yeah.
Nice. Both of us have been working as freelancers, or at least had some stretches in our lives where we worked as freelancers. Can you also explain why Basenode has freelancers as a target group, or why do you feel passionate about solving their problems?
Well, because it's a really big market, so that's one like economic reason, of course. But then again, I think in general, the freelancer market is such a beautiful and complex field because freelancer can be anything, right? You can be a musician, you can be an artist, you can be a developer. And it's so diverse that it's like few companies really target freelancers for that reason, maybe. And they like for the first time, I think for the first time since ever. For the first time, the freelancers all have the same problem, which is that, well, their banking system is just blocking their way to grow their business.
Right.
So Basenode is just like, I saw this problem, like I was looking at this problem, I was like, well, they all have the same problem right now. So we have to do something about it, right? So we have to make it easy to use cryptocurrencies. And that's how the idea for Basenode came along.
Beautiful. When we talk about problems, Basenode is into crypto accounting. We talk about all kinds of coins, organizing them and stuff like this. Why is that a necessary thing for freelancers?
Yeah. So what Basenode actually does is we put together a bunch of different solutions to freelancers' problems, because if you put yourself in the shoes of a freelancer who wants to really integrate cryptocurrencies as a means of payment, so getting paid by his clients or his or her clients, then you need a bunch of software. You need like an accounting software, right? You need a wallet. You want an address book because you have to match all these public keys with like your clients' names. And then you need a transaction aggregator because probably you will receive more than one coin. Maybe you'll receive a stable coin, Bitcoin, Binance coin, whatever you use. So you need to like have a portfolio overview and see all that stuff. And then, well, no one wants to use a bunch of different softwares just to solve this all these problems. So that's why Basenode has all these features in just one place. And that's basically what we do. So you can think of Basenode as a transaction aggregator, portfolio tracking tool / accounting tool with some nice integrated features like creating invoices that are denominated in crypto.
Yeah. As I understand the product, there are ways to integrate lots of different cryptocurrencies and keep track of them. An odd question out there. What was the most
Mhm.
dubious? What was the most dubious coin you've ever purchased?
Oh, the most dubious. So yeah, well, there are some dubious coins out there, but I don't want to like hate on any project because that's not fair. So maybe a coin that
Maybe the most
I should have
unusual.
sold. Yeah. So like back in 2017, I bought the altcoins of the season, which was like Ripple, IOTA, and a lot of people will remember those. And I actually hodled those altcoins all the way down to to the next cycle, and then I was like, well, now we have different altcoins like Chainlink and like that like newcomers that are so
Right.
much stronger. And I was like, what am I doing here? Why am I holding these coins? And then the whole SEC problems for Ripple came up and so on. It's like I was like, I gotta get rid of these. So that was one thing, that one lesson that I learned. And it was like, okay, altcoins are seasonal and don't. I mean, that's just my opinion. So, but yeah, we all make mistakes in the crypto market, I think.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Mhm.
When you talk about the last couple of months inside Basenode, what has been going on? I've heard that there were a lot of improvements to the software, a lot of new features added. Can you elaborate on some of those in particular, and how you, like, what are you most proud of? What solves the biggest need, I guess?
Yeah, so let me start with how we decided what features we actually want. So we conducted more than 50 interviews with freelancers. So how do you reach them? We just go in like Telegram groups. We go in like on platforms like LaborX, where freelancers can work for crypto, and then we just yeah, we just send out messages like we just um, texted them basically. So, and we even paid them some money to answer our surveys. And then we got all this information and we really identified what the problems are that they are facing. So, and that's when we started building the first MVP, and we integrated all of these results of our surveys into into our first version of the software. And we, for example, we asked the freelancer, which coins are you using? Which coins do you prefer to receive from your clients? And well, for example, to our surprise, a large portion of freelancers is actually using Binance Coin, which I didn't expect. But the reason for that is that the fees are super low. So yeah, we that's why we also integrated Binance Chain, for example. And then we created the MVP. And well, building a software is yeah, it's like a constant struggle, because you're never gonna get it just perfect. So you always just try to yeah, get very close to what you want, but you know that you're never gonna reach the perfect solution for it. So, and then we spent like 8 weeks with our development team of for building the actual MVP. Right now we are yeah, 1 day away of the official start of our beta. So from tomorrow, from Monday, 25th of October, people can actually use Basenode and try it out. It's a closed beta, so we have limited capacity for that. We have only 500 accounts that people can sign up for on our website, and then they can try out all the features. So the point of that is that we right now will not have a public rollout of Basenode, because we are still not yeah. So I'm like a little bit of a perfectionist, so I'm not super happy with all the features. I think we can do more, and we need to learn from the users. So that's why we have to close beta, get a lot of feedback, improve again, and then by December we want to launch publicly.
What would be an incentive for our freelancers that are listening currently to join the closed beta and to give you valuable feedback?
So yeah, for once you can decide. We will definitely listen to your feedback, and you can decide what we should build and what we should integrate into Basenode. So if you say, hey, I want this this token supported, for example, or I want this this DEX supported, whatever, then we will yeah, definitely integrated, if more than maybe just one person says it, but of course. And then another incentive will be that, of course, we have an email list with all the beta testers, and you will be eligible to get a premium version of BaseNode when we launch publicly. So we will, of course, give you a big thank you in form of BaseNode Premium for 3 or 6 months. We haven't decided yet, but there will be definitely some incentives for our first users that have to deal with our MVP.
All right. Last question, probably. What are some of the killer features currently in the beta?
So the feature I'm the most proud of is our invoicing feature. Because there are some crypto invoicing tools, but they're not really. So we tested them, and the user experience is not great. So what we built, and it's actually in our MVP, so you can try it out, is a really easy to use billing tool. So you can just create an invoice as you are used to it from like your regular accounting software, and you can denominate it in the cryptocurrency that you want. Let's say you want to receive US dollar coin, then your invoice will be denominated in US dollar coin. You can send it as a PDF to your client. You can download the PDF and send it. And then your client just clicks on a link in the PDF and is redirected to a payment page where he can directly pay with his wallet, and you receive the coin. And in the BaseNode software, you will see the incoming transaction, and you will know that your client has paid, and we do all the reporting on that part. So this is a feature that I think really facilitates the use of cryptocurrencies, and this is our mission. So hopefully people like it, and
It's also about trust. I guess that, having talked to some people, I think this is a trust building feature in my opinion. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That was our short interview. I'm pretty sure you are. If the launch is just one day away, you're pretty busy. As of late.
Well, today's Sunday, but really, if you're working in crypto, then weekdays don't really matter, right? So
what is a weekday anyway?
What is a weekday anyway?
All right. But quick before you go, just tell our listeners where they can probably sign up for the closed beta, where they can also get in touch with you if they don't want to, get that, do that step to get in the beta in the first place, and how they reach out to you, and what are your channels?
So to find us, you go to this website here, basenode.io, and there you can directly sign up for the beta. And starting tomorrow, you can actually try it out, create your account, and test the features. So if you're only going to test one feature, I recommend testing just the invoicing, because that's our main selling point. So, and if you want to get in touch with me directly, then just find me on LinkedIn. Oliver Schantin is my name. And I will be happy to connect with you if you're a crypto enthusiast, or if you generally have some feedback for us.
All right. That is it for this week. I thank you so much for taking the time. And also I'm thanking the listeners for taking the time. Next week we'll be back, probably with another freelancer, and interesting story from that world, which is so vast out there. So thank you very much for listening, and see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.